we're going to pivot. You ready? Not even gonna fucking skip a beat.
Pivot.
All right. I'm really bad with ages. I was listening to the old episode and I realized I said like I was 12 when I beat the fuck out of my Mormon cousin. And I think I was like 8 or 9. Dude, I'm so bad with ages. So when I tell you that this story, I shared on TikTok and I was like, no, guys, it's not that bad. I was 9 years old. I made myself look worse. So early elementary school, like I don't even remember this fucking story. It's been told to me about me.
Oh, wow.
One time, my older brother, Bradley, was in the bathroom and he got out the shower. He hung up his towels. You know, we shared a bathroom, so all of our towels next to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know this one already? He looks over at my towel and he goes like, what the fuck is that? And he saw like marks going up and down my towel, like dark brown. And he's like, is that... It smells like shit. What the fuck's on Curtis's towel? And he was like so confused. And he goes, Mom. And he calls in my mom. And she's like, oh, he's like, look at Curtis's towel. And like, it looks like shit. But they go, it's not shit. He's hopping out of the shower. He's clean. How could there be poop? Is he wiping his ass with it? I don't remember the story. They told me this. They told me this exactly. They were all confounded. They were trying to piece it together for like 10 minutes. Why is there poop going up and down Curtis's towel? Like there's skid marks on it. Not like hunks of poop, but just like residue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Bradley went, Curtis, come in here. And I come in, I'm like, what's up, you guys? And they go, what's on your towel? And I was like, I don't know. That's like, you know, like that's typical towel dirt. You know, after you shower, your towel's supposed to be dirty. And they go like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Show us how you're drying yourself. And I was like, okay. And I pick up the same poop towel. And, you know, I'm all drying off my arms. I pat my arms. I pat my legs. And then I grab the towel. I step over it. And I begin going, between my butt cheeks like a cartoon. And then my brother's like, holy fuck. He's like, why are you doing that? I was like, that's how Mr. Krabs got his first dollar. I was like, that's how he cleaned it. And then the real worst part of that story, like I said, I put a joke about that on TikTok. I remember it was like one of my first videos that ever got like over like 2 million views or something.
Yeah.
And it was like it was the exact same story, but just told like in a 10-second TikTok. And then I remember like I was trying to defend myself. People were like, God, white people do not wash their ass. I was like, no, guys, you don't understand. I was like 9 years old. I was like way fucking off. That 9 years old was way too old for that story. I want to clarify. If you saw the TikTok, I was probably like 6 or 5. I don't even remember this fucking story. I'm bad with ages, Jason. But my name's Curt.
And I'm Jason.
And you're listening to Bird Bones. All right, Jason.
It's so late for you.
It's so late for me. I stayed up for 24 hours, but I'm powering through for some good old-fashioned bird boners.
Dude, I watched the Cars movie the other night again.
Okay, I have a question for you. Which one you watch?
The first one.
Okay, which one's the best one?
The first one.
Okay, which one's the second best one?
The third one.
Okay, as long as people hate the third one. I thought the third one's my favorite. The third one has the best graphics. It had a full story. The arc came full circle. It was perfect.
I won't lie. I've only seen the third one once. I've seen the first one like 26 times, and I've only seen the second one once.
So the second one in theaters, and I remember even in theaters being like, what is this bullshit? The third one I watch on Disney Plus like once a month. It's so fucking good.
Now that I've watched the first one recently, I need to go watch the third one because I do remember it being really, really, really good.
Here's your visual effects fun fact about Cars, because Disney is always leading the game in like, someone's going to be like, well, actually, but Cars 1, what technology? I'm pretty sure Disney invented it or something. Just, you get the question. What technology was invented for Cars 1? You already know the fucking answer, don't you? I'm so proud of you.
Path tracing?
Close enough. Ray tracing.
I was going to say ray tracing, but I said path tracing because I'm a fucking idiot.
So Cars 1, it looks so fucking good because they have technology that actually had accurate lighting. Like the cars are being lit by their actual reflections. You can see like, and they had clear coat technology. Actually, clear coat technology was made for Transformers, by the way.
Dude, that movie, Cars, has not, I don't think that movie has aged a bit in its visuals. I mean, maybe there's movies that look better, but like I don't watch that and think, man, this movie could look better.
Dude, Cars 1 was the biggest fucking leap.
I mean, would you agree that movie, I mean, maybe because you know more, but like, would you agree that movie hasn't really aged like at all?
Dude, I saw someone else say this about Finding Nemo, and I think this is my Cars.
Oh.
When I think of Cars, I see it as like, that's like the newest Disney movie to me.
Yeah, Finding Nemo's the same way. That movie looks great too.
Yeah, when they look so good, you don't, like when I see Toy Story, I think like, oh, product of the early, whatever it was, 90s, 2000s, whatever.
1995.
But when I think Cars, I think like, this is a modern movie. It stood the test of time. There was one funniest thing though, that every time I fucking think about it, I laugh my ass off. Do you remember when Lightning McQueen is like not racing, but he's driving really softly with Sally, and they're like, you know, they're going around Radiator Springs, like a montage. It's not Rascal Flats, but it's like a montage.
On the back roads?
Yeah, it's on the back road. She like, what the fuck was it? She like, haha. She goes off to the side and like splashes water, and then Lightning McQueen goes, huh? And then he ducks, and then it does like a wide shot to reveal her go like, oh, and she like jumps to the side again, and then it cuts up close and like just mud goes all over his face.
Yep.
But in the wide shot, there's no mud. So I was like, did she just shit on him? So I was like, what the fuck was that? Because she splashes water. Ah, you missed me. Someone puts like a fart sound effect over it. There's no mud.
You need to find that and send it to me. One of my favorite scenes is when he's on the dirt road and he's trying to learn how to drift on that one corner. I think it's right after Doc tells him you have to turn right to go left. And he's like, oh, that's the craziest thing. Sometimes you got to turn right to go left. Let's see. Turns right and it shoots right and he flies off the mountain. And he does like a cartoon thing where he jumps, suspends in air, and then bam, falls. And he goes, ow! And then it's just like silence, just like a still frame. And then the fucking cactus just slowly, bam. Like the timing of like when it falls versus when he screams is, I don't know why that shit cracks me up so good every time.
That's the thing about that scene always pissing me off though, is that he goes, you got to go right to go left. And I always thought like that's how drifting works. But then I was like, oh, you actually go left first and then you go right. And I never got that as a kid. I was like, Doc Hudson wouldn't lie.
I think Doc really what he said is if you go hard enough left, you might find yourself turning right or something like that. And
okay, that makes more sense.
So I got to turn right to go left. Like how Doc explained it it did make sense.
Okay, exactly. On that note, I remember, I think it was like 4th or 5th grade. We went to like some farm, like, you know, it was a big field trip. You spend the night at this camp designed for schools to go there in the 5th grade or whatever. Remember we went horseback riding. And I remember like the person going like, okay, if you're on a horse and you're going uphill, you lean back. And then that's better for the horse. And if you're going downhill, you lean forward. And I remember being like, okay, I don't question authority. Just do that. It feels wrong. And I remember riding the horse and then we're going uphill and like it's steep. Like the horse is struggling to go uphill, like keep its balance. And I'm fully leaned back because I'm like, this is what they told me to do. It doesn't make sense to me, but I'm a kid. I'm just going to lean back and do whatever they told me to do. And then we get to the fucking end. And then I asked my friends like, isn't that weird how that works? Like you lean back for it to go forward. They go, what do you mean? And then my other friends are there. They go, no, you fucking misheard him, you dumbass. You're supposed to lean forward when you're on the horse going up. And I was like, I almost fucking killed us. I was a big kid and I was just fully like the horse is having trouble going uphill and I'm like leaning back and the horse is like about to start standing up.
Dude, it's like
I thought it was like those. I thought
it backwards.
Yeah, I thought it was like I had to go right to go left. They go, no, you're fucking stupid. How does that make any sense? That's when I started questioning authority, or I started judging my hearing.
Yeah, I was like, no, you didn't need to question authority. You need to question yourself. Dude, I went to something like that before too. It definitely wasn't the same thing you were on. I don't know what it was. I rode a horse for some reason. I don't know.
Somehow I'm on a horse.
Yeah. All of a sudden I was on a horse. I was on a horse and I don't remember his name or anything, but like we were going on like a nice relaxing, ride through like a trail. We were on a path. It was like peaceful. Dude, my horse was the off-road model.
Oh God.
Dude, that sucker had his shoes in 4 low. Like, dude, all these other horses are like, there's this path like serpentining through the woods. It's like beautiful. Dude, my horse is sprinting, just going fucking between the curves and the trees. He's just through the leaves. Like if the path is fucking curved, he's just going straight through it in between other horses. I'm like, and he's like fucking just moving. I was like, whoa.
Be honest with me, Jason. Did you encourage the horse? No. I could see Jason being on that horse, riding there, being like, hey, what happens if I smack its ass? And then be like, oh, the actions of my consequences.
No, literally, I was scared of this freaking thing because I'm like, I've never ridden a horse before. And like all the other ones are being nice. And I'm just trying to like go. And it's like, like it's just fucking sprinting. I'm like, no.
Did you feel like a badass though?
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what I know you did it on purpose, bitch.
I want to say his name was like literally Speedy or something. Like it was something where I was like, oh, no fucking wonder he tried to kill me.
All right, pick out your horses. Jason's like, I want that one. They're like, you want Grim Reaper? Jason's like, give me Grim Reaper. What's a story where like you did something and then when you started getting the consequences, you're like, I don't know why they did that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't change stories that much, but I do have one story where I told it to someone else. I left out one important detail.
Okay. Hit me with it.
One day, this is back when I lived like 30 minutes from Kylie. Like we met when we started dating. We were like down the road from each other. Then I moved away, 30 minutes away for a while. Then now we're back.
Mhm.
So when I was leaving her house late at night, I would like hang out with her till like 12 or something. And then when I'd be getting home, it was always like late night. And where I am, like it's not that popular. So like no cars are really on the road. And 1 a.m., I think it was even like 4th of July or a Cinco de Mayo, or it was a holiday day or something. I'm coming back, I'm driving home and it's a 2-lane road. I'm in the right lane, catching up to another car that's in the left lane. And there's a guy just tailgating the fuck out of me. I remember it was a black Jeep like Liberty or something. And he's tailgating the fuck out of me. And it, like, obviously he has all the time to pass me. I'm going decently fast. Like I will pass the car in the left lane a little while ahead, but he's needlessly being a dick tailgating me. And I remember just driving. And then when I get alongside of the other car, I'm like, I'm just going to match this guy's speed. Fuck this guy. I hope this guy behind me gets stuck. And I remember just like matching that guy's speed. And then I remember I would slow down a little bit so the Jeep would get in that guy's lane. And then I'd speed up a little bit so the guy was just stuck behind us. I was being an asshole. I felt like he tailgated me, but I was being a dick. And then the other car on the left lane broke off. And now it's just me and the other guy on the road.
Oh, that's awkward.
And then he drives up next to me, and I'm like, oh, fuck. and then I'm driving, and now I'm like, I'm just a little boy. What am I doing? I'm driving the Caliber at the time, if it means anything. And then I remember looking over, and I swear to God, like, it looked like fucking Joe Rogan. It was a big fucking bald dude, just pumped full of steroids and testosterone, going like, gripping the wheel, like looking at me, looked like tank top. Vin Diesel, what are you doing? Screaming at me. And I was like, oop, just sitting at a red light, looking straight ahead. I was like, da-da-da-da-da. And then I remember like driving away at the red light and then him getting behind me and just following me. And I was like, I'm not going home like this. Like I'm down the road now. I'm not going to fucking go home like this. So I remember like pulling up to another red light and he's next to me, roll down your window, roll down, looking at me. I was like, I'm fucking terrified. No one else on the road. I'm fucking scared. I remember doing an illegal U-turn right there being like, and then he just followed after me. I was like, fuck.
Oh my God, dude.
And then I pulled into like a cul-de-sac. I was driving everywhere. I pulled into a cul-de-sac and I was like, oh fuck, I got blocked in there for a second. I'm driving. I don't know where I'm going. And then he's following me and he stops. And then I go, oh, I keep going. Oh fuck, it's a dead end. I turn around and I have to drive by him. And remember, like if like I'm approaching him, I have to drive head on by him now. He could just jump out in front of me and fucking kill me. I'm scared shitless. I remember driving by slow, but also fast. He's like screaming out of his car at me. He's following me. I had to call 911. I'm calling 911. The operator's like, hello, what's your emergency? And I was like, I'm driving and this guy's following me. I don't know why he's following me. I didn't do anything. And then the operator, you can hear the operator be like, he's just following you for no reason. What's he doing? He's yelling at his car, asking me to pull over. I don't know him. I'm scared. I was a little bitch. I was like, I'm scared and I don't know what to do. I'm on this road and this road. And then the guy pulled up next to me again, like at a red light. And he's like, roll down your window. And then I'm like showing him, I think I flashed to my phone that said 911 and then he drove off. And I was like, he's gone now. I don't know why he did that. And they go, okay, do you have anything else? He's like, no, thank you. And I was fucking terrified. And I drove around for like more blocks before I went home in case he was still following me. But yeah, I fully deserved that.
Jesus Christ.
What's your story? What important detail did you leave out when he told somebody something? I keep hitting this mic. I'm sorry if you hear that.
Most of the things that have happened to me is like I get pulled over and I get a speeding ticket.
Yeah. Jason's already admitted those consequences. I was already admitted to those.
I'm sorry to all of the family that I somewhat lied to about this one. No, it's not that bad. This was when I had my Challenger, right?
Oh, God.
And this was on my birthday. I had to go to work on my birthday and I had like a 20-minute drive to work and I left late. So I'm in a rush and I get out on the highway. I'm like, holy shit, there's a lot of traffic on the highway. Well, I'm on the service road.
That's the one that drives parallel with it?
Yeah.
I remember this from a couple episodes ago. Okay.
Yeah. So like the service road is also like 3 lanes and like the service road's big. It's like just as big as a normal highway.
It's another fucking highway.
Yeah. And then there's a highway that's like 5 lanes and it's like stopped up traffic. There's nobody on the service road. So I'm like, bet I'm gonna bomb down the service road.
Nice.
And I'm running late. There's tons of traffic. So I'm bombing down the service road and then I start getting to some traffic and there's a semi truck that I'm like, okay, the highway's cleared up now. I got to get around the semi truck so I can get onto the highway because I'm like still going fast.
I'm so nervous right now.
So the semi truck's in the left lane. My exit's all the way to the left, like up there, like not too, far away, but like enough space that if I'm like continue on my current speed, which is like 70 and a 55, I can get around the semi truck and keep going. So I go around, I whip around the semi truck, I'm going, and then like right as I'm about to get in front of him, a cop pulls out of like from behind a building in a parking lot, lights up his lights, he has his window down, and he points at me.
Oh God.
I just hear, you! And I'm like, shit. So before I can even get in front of the semi truck, I slam on the brakes and I get over. I pull into like the movie theater parking lot, and he writes me a nice fat ass ticket for, 70 and a 55 or whatever it was. And I'm like, sorry, officer. Like, I'm trying to get to work. I'm running late. It's my birthday. And he did not give a fuck. He's like, happy birthday. Give me a ticket. I'm like, you dick. So when I told my family that story,
what'd you leave out?
I didn't want to tell them that I was bombing down the service road trying to pass a semi truck. I told them that I was on the highway and there was traffic ahead. So I exited the highway at highway speeds and didn't slow down. So I was like, oh yeah, I was going 70 on the highway and then the traffic was stopped. So I exited. And then the second I touched the service road, I was going 70 still. And the cop pulled me over for doing 70. That was not the case. I was going highway speeds on the service road trying to get onto the highway.
Did they believe you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry I broke your trust.
Did you pass your driving test the first time you took it?
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck, you did?
Oh hell yeah. Did you?
Yeah, me too. Do you have any driving test stories? How'd it go?
No, my driving test was pretty anticlimactic, really.
Oh,
I did it in my mom's Mitsubishi Galant. Dude, I'm a driver. Like, this is what I was born for.
Ryan Gosling, is that you?
It's something inside you. It's hard to explain.
I broke up with my first girlfriend with that song.
It's talking about you, boy. But you do the same. Anyways.
Thank you, Ryan Gosling.
God, what a banger. Thank you, Ryan Gosling.
You're welcome.
So, no, I did it in my mom's Mitsubishi Galant. And like the only part that I struggled with, and I struggled the entire time I practiced it, was the parallel parking.
Oh, we don't do that in California.
Yeah, we had to parallel park between some cones. And like, honestly, like, I feel like I could parallel park between cars, but these fucking cones, I'm like, they're cones. Like, I can't see, like, they're big, tall, skinny cones, but it's like, not only are they closer than cars usually are together, but they're like, I have no sense of reference for like any,
because if you're close enough to a cone, you can't see,
yeah, it's like, you could see the cones because they were tall.
Oh, fuck, never mind.
But like, it's not a car. So like, dude, I did the whole test like perfectly. And then I went to go do the parallel parking. And like, if you hit the cone, you fail the section. So like, the main thing is don't hit the cone. So I literally like backed in and I got like halfway between them and I stopped. And dude, my car wasn't even in the spot. But she was like, do you want to try again? I was like, nope, I'll take this. Like, okay. They knocked off like a few points for that, but I still got like a 90 something on the test.
You were born to drive.
Yeah, I was born to drive, baby. Well, dude, my grandpa, he taught me how to drive on a dirt road in his Ram pickup truck. The dirt road was like the width of the truck. And like, it took a long time for me to get up to like fast enough for the freaking doors to automatically lock. But like, that's where I learned to drive, was on a freaking dirt road with like ditches on both sides.
That was was that the first time you ever like hop in the driver's seat, son?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I sat in my dad's lap a few times when I was like really young and like steered the truck. But then like my grandpa's the one who like really taught me how to drive. And yeah, I mean, we were just out riding around. He's like, hey, you want to drive? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to drive.
Dude, I fucking love that. I remember when my mom tried to teach me, like she made a big deal out of it. Like in 3 days, we're going to get my Pontiac. There's an empty parking lot. And then I didn't have that much fun. I remember just one day randomly with Bradley. He also had a Ford Ranger. Every skeleton has a Ford Ranger for some fucking reason. And he had a green Ford Ranger. And one day we went to GameStop. We just got a game and we're driving. And then remember, he's just driving. We're kind of somewhat empty parking lot, leaving. He looks around. Then he just like instantly makes a decision. He's like, okay. He starts pulling his chair forward and he parks like, what's going on? He's like, you're going to drive, scoot you over. And I was like, what the fuck? I was holding like a Sly Cooper and I was like, all of a sudden I'm driving a car. And I just drove over, like, I did like two slaps around like a barely empty parking lot. And like that, I remember that better than like driving a Pontiac that my mom like planned out. Like she's like, we're gonna drive this day at night. Like greatest thing ever.
I'm so sorry. I'm literally about to shit myself. Oh my God. I feel better now.
I don't even remember where the fuck we were. That was like a 20-minute long poop, Jason.
Dude, I've been holding that since like you fucked up the first story. And I was like, ooh. So,
Okay, we'll cut to the game then. You ready?
yes.
All right. One of the funniest YouTube channels that I loved that really didn't get me into cars, but it really enforced it, and it was like car memes. Do you remember regular car reviews on YouTube?
Dude,
Okay.
I love regular car reviews.
If anyone doesn't know, take the name regular car reviews like the show Regular Show. It's not really regular car reviews. The guy reviews cars that like fans let him borrow, or like he rents them, or it's his own cars, whatever. And mainly he doesn't describe like, oh, the car actually drives really slow uphill. It has struggle with these speeds. It's mainly he encapsulates the vibe of a car with some stupid fucking quotes. And I used to love him a lot. I loved him a little less because I trust him. I was like, this guy knows everything about cars. He's the smartest car person in the world. And then I saw my uncle watching one of his videos. My uncle was like a mechanic who's been a mechanic like his entire life. And I was like, isn't that guy so awesome? And he goes like, he's really funny, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. This guy talks so confident. He's the smartest guy in the world. And then he reviewed a car I owned. And I was like, he doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. I was like, fuck. I still think he's really fucking funny.
Most car reviewers don't know that much about what they're talking about, but they know enough to like form an opinion about a car.
He's kind of like, I kind of got the same feeling when that moment happened, like CinemaSins. I used to love CinemaSins on YouTube until they reviewed a movie that I seen, and I was like, oh my God, they made the movie sound like shit when it was actually the greatest movie of all time. You know what I mean? But regular car reviews, still really funny. So for today's game, I have 5 out of context quotes from a regular episode of regular car reviews that don't make any fucking sense. They more or less encapsulate the vibe of a vehicle.
Okay.
You have to guess the vehicle. Sounds hard, but actually all 5 cars are cars that you and I have collectively owned.
Sick.
I got your Challenger.
Okay.
And I got your Mustang.
Oh, hell yeah.
They didn't review the GLI, so I don't have that.
Oh, that's fine.
So, and then they also got my Crown Vic, and they got my Ford Ranger and my Dodge Caliber. Those are your 5 options, okay?
Bet.
You don't have to lock in your answer. You can match them up at the end. Are you ready?
I'd like to match them up as I go along, I think.
I was about to say, you can do that and change them later. First quote. Are you ready?
Boomers were cum drunk for their youth.
What the fuck?
That's your quote. What car encapsulates boomers were cum drunk for their youth?
Are you going to tell me if I got it right, if I guess it right the first
I'm
time?
not going to tell you until the very end.
I'm going to go with a soft lock on Mustang.
Interesting. Next quote.
For when your girlfriend nicknames you the weekend, because you won't just hurry up and come already.
A lot of cum quotes.
That's like his thing. I'm going to go with the Ranger.
Interesting. Next quote.
Share the same superpowers as Harley Davidson and Captain America. They are frozen in time decades ago and resuscitated as living anachronisms.
Dude, fucking Challenger, 100%. If it's not Challenger, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Next up.
Buying a is like busting in someone on purpose when you have $100,000 of student loan debt.
Whoa. Dodge Caliber.
You dick. All right.
Yeah, this is for the guy who open carries at his cousin's bar mitzvah.
Oh, shit.
Your only car left is the
Crown Vic.
Okay. Do you want to switch anything around? So far, your quotes, you have lined up. You have boomers were cum drunk for their youth. You put Mustang. Next up, you put the blank for when your girlfriend nicknames you the weekend because you won't just hurry up and come already. You wrote Ranger. For blank share the same superpowers as Harley Davidson's and Captain America. They were frozen in time decades ago and resuscitated as living anachronisms. You put as the Challenger. Then you put buying a blank is like busting in someone on purpose when you have $100,000 of student loan debt. Dodge Caliber. This is for the guy who opened carries at his cousin's bar mitzvah. Crown Vic. Any changes?
Tell me this. Have I gotten any of them right?
You only got 2 wrong.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You got 2 switched.
Okay. I'm going to switch Crown Vic and Mustang.
Wrong.
God damn it. Okay. Then I'm not going to switch those.
So don't switch those. Yeah, they're wrong.
Okay. I don't know which ones I got wrong.
I should have had a gun. I don't have a gun on me. Damn it.
Maybe I'll switch. I don't know. I think I just have to take my L because I feel like all of those are perfect. Maybe I'd switch Mustang and Challenger, but
yeah, that's it. If you switch Mustang and Challenger, which yeah.
So the Mustang one it's like Captain America and Harley Davidson's.
Yeah, it makes more sense when you think about Dodge Challenger's quote being boomers were cum drunk for their youth because the Challenger had to come back. The Ford Mustang's always been there. But I guess also the Ford Mustang's quote is also about coming back.
Yeah, that's why I thought that was a Challenger. Jesus Christ. So I got all the other ones right.
Yeah, the other one's right. When you said the Dodge Caliber's like busting in someone on purpose when you have $100,000 of student loan debt, I was like, fuck you. not my best game, but I really want to talk about regular car reviews. What other banger episode of Bird Bones? Well, you got your phone in your hand, you're queuing up another episode and also rating this episode on a scale of 4 to 5 stars. Why don't you also queue up Jason's song of the week? Jason!
So there's a band from my old Need for Speed days, as always. They just released a new song. They're called Dead Sara, without the H.
I miss Dead Sara.
Dude, they released a new song called Violent. They haven't released any new music in a long time, and they just released this song, and it sounds like another Need for Speed song. So I'm pretty hyped.
Oh my God, I'm hyped. I haven't heard from Dead Sara in a long time. Oh my God, put on the Bird Bones Bangers playlist right now, Jason.
Dude, I'm putting it on
Where
there
can you
right
find the
now.
Bird Bones Bangers playlist?
You can find that shit on Spotify and Spotify.
I'll see if I can do it on YouTube. Maybe I'll do it on YouTube
Dude,
one
do it
day.
on YouTube. Maybe I'll buy a freaking... No, I won't. I'm not gonna buy an Apple Music subscription. I'm sorry.